Well, it is clouding up here on Lake Tenkiller. Clouding up right now. The wind is dying down, changing around a little bit. What should we be aware of when conditions start to change? Good morning, guys and girls. June 30, we shot the covey, another month. You know, June with only 30 days in it, just about the shortest month in the year. Now, you think of February 28, we have a leap year. February's got 29. June 30, reading from a Catch a Better Life book on a Catch a Better Life channel on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed to it. We have 3 YouTube channels: Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing, Jimmy and Chris Houston's Twin Eagle Ranch channel, and Catch a Better Life channel. All told, about 160, 170,000 people on YouTube. If you're a Facebook person, Jimmy Houston Outdoors, all capital letters on Facebook. We got almost 700,000 people on our Facebook, so there's lots and lots of folks on there. We post these occasionally on TikTok, but not every day like we do on YouTube and Facebook. We got about 100,000 people over there on TikTok, but we don't post these every day. In Facebook, we have the written version as well as the video. Today, we're looking at the book of Acts 23:1. It says, "Men and brethren, I have lived in all good conscience before God until this day." I have lived in all good consciousness before God. That's really kind of what we all want to do, isn't it? Here's what I wrote about that. Summertime fishing produces really fewer bigger bass than the spring or even in the fall. It's harder to catch big bass this time of the year. Why is that? Well, the fish do weigh a little bit less after the spawn, but mainly it's a situation of availability. That's our biggest problem in the summertime. The big bass, they just become less available. They've lived longer, they've been caught a time or two, or many more in some of the lakes, and they position themselves in a little bit deeper water. They move around a lot. They swim. They're swimming all the time. They're spookier. They can't be fooled quite as easily as the smaller fish. Especially those that live in a lot of public lakes that have been caught many, many times. Bass may be cagey, but they have no conscience, like you and I do. They have no conscience. And our consciences need to be clear before Almighty God, as Paul's was in today's verse. We need to be able to say the exact same thing that Paul says here in Acts 23:1. I have lived in all good conscience before God. When we have those opportunities to fudge a little bit, we don't fudge. We don't fudge. We don't tell that little lie that'll help us in that particular situation that we may be in right then. We don't repeat that gossip that somebody else tells us. And we don't argue. We don't argue even when we're right. We just don't argue. We don't do it. We just pass up the arguments that we're having. When no one else is looking, God's looking. God is. He's looking right now. No one else, just God. Let's try to keep our conscience in good standing with Almighty God today. When we do that, we'll see God do amazing things in our life. Amazing things in our life. Here's our tip for today. Be prepared to change techniques often when conditions change. It gets cloudy like it's doing right now. The sun comes out. The wind changes direction. When conditions change, we need to change techniques at the same time. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one. And remember, I sure do love you.